This is Shutters Inc. with Bruce Williams and Glenn Lavender.
Hi,
it's Shutters Inc. It's 5:28 with too many things to talk about. There's no waffle. Shut up, Bruce. Hello.
Thank you, Glenn. Well, that was the intro we were expecting, not? How have you been, mate?
What?
How have you been?
What? I can't hear you through all my technology issues.
I'm glad to see.
Bloody computers.
Glad to hear you've got it sorted.
I don't know how Microsoft can sell their Surface devices with a known fault,
Right.
where they just simply don't turn on. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't been a recall, or hasn't been a trade-in program to trade up to something that doesn't have a known flaw. You know. So last time it happened, it wouldn't. I tried it 100 times to do the reset that makes it start working again, and I couldn't do it. So I took it to the computer shop, and the first try, it worked for them.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Stupid bloody things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, how was your holiday?
Mate, it was great.
It's a long time ago now, isn't it?
It was like 3 weeks ago.
Do you remember where you went?
somewhere in the South Pacific. We were there for 7 days, and we had 2 days of sunshine. And of the 5 days that were overcast, 2 of them were absolutely torrential rain, for the whole day.
It's almost like you went to the tropics.
You would think so, wouldn't you? So, it was interesting. And this was a holiday unlike any other holiday Kath and I have ever done, you know, and this is something we've been talking about for years, like saying, one of these days we're going to have a holiday where we just go somewhere and we just sit down for a week and we don't do anything, you know. And this particular resort was down on the south coast of Fiji, where there wasn't a town. I think the closest town was about 4 kilometres away, but when you say town...
Did you say, what was the resort?
It's called Naviti.
Yeah, I've been there. That's good.
Yeah, it's a nice resort.
If I'd known you were going there, I'd tried to get in touch with my mate Victor, who lives just down the road.
Oh, really? So, yeah.
Victor's a marine biologist. He's rebuilding the coral reefs there. You would have loved it.
You've mentioned him.
Yeah, you'd have learnt so much and had a great time and gone around for dinner and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, geez. I'm disappointed now.
Well, you're stupid. You didn't tell me where you were going. So people are their own worst enemies.
Yeah, so anyway, we basically just spent a week in the resort, you know. We went for a little walk here and there, but there really wasn't anything to go and see and do. There were no tourist attractions around or anything like that. It's really a case of you go there and you park your bum on a lounge chair beside the pool or the beach, and that's how you spend your week.
And you do the all-you-can-eat?
Yes,
all you can eat
we
ice
did
creams
that.
And all
we
you can
did
drink.
that. And the all-you-can-drink, yep. So it was good. It was good.
Nice. Did you go to the village next door?
I didn't.
So that's a great place to walk around, take photos, meet the oldies.
I thought about doing it, and I walked down through the resort, and I came to this massive brick wall that separates the village from the resort. And then I kind of thought, all these people that live in this village probably work in this resort, and they've got to deal with tourists all day when they're at work. And I kind of thought, they probably don't want tourists walking through their village and having to deal with tourists when they're not at work. And so I made the decision to not do it.
You missed out. So they love it. I went to church there.
Oh, really?
Went into their church, played their drums, met the oldies, took photos, hung out with the cats. My kids played with their kids.
Nice.
You know, it was awesome. They're lovely people.
They are lovely people.
I figured Fiji is one of those countries where you worry about tourism and impact and how much they must actually hate us. And I realised it was a place that they actually do like people.
Yep.
Because we were walking down the road at like 4 o'clock one morning, me and a mate of mine. We were heading to a sunrise photo shoot, and it's pitch black. Now, as you know, there's nothing there. So walking down the main road, which is not much of a road, pitch black, and you heard yell out from the other side of the road, "Bula!" Somebody in a building somewhere saw us walking down the street and wanted to say hello.
Yeah.
You know, it's just quite a sign that they actually genuinely like people.
They are, they're very social.
So, lovely.
So while we were there, they do the torch lighting ceremony every night, and so I decided that I should at least try and photograph that one night. Foolishly didn't do it the very first night we were there because that was probably the best sunset that we had for the exactly.
Yeah, Howie's a night.
And of course, the next 3 days, two of them were raining and one was overcast, and then I think it was around about the fourth day where it was actually a half decent sunset. And there
were lots of clouds in the photos of yours that I saw.
I know, yes. So you just. Yeah, I took the opportunity when I could because I figured after the previous couple of days of rain and overcast, I thought, this might be as good as it gets for the rest of the time I'm here, So,
and it was.
Yeah. So,
good on you for even doing it, though. I mean, the photo was really good.
Thank you.
It's nicely lit and it was interesting and good framing. A bit tighter wouldn't have gone astray, but and the only reason I say tighter, if you've got nothing in the sky, which you didn't have. The only clouds I'm talking about, the ones I added in post-production later. When you've got nothing in the sky and you've got an interesting subject, make the subject bigger.
Yep.
Fill the frame more with your subject because that's the interesting character in the photo anyway.
Here was my thought process at the time that I was shooting. It was...
You had one?
Yeah, it was shoot a little bit wider and then crop in post if I decide I want to. And the reason I went that route...
What a logic.
Well, you're welcome to that opinion. It's
my correct opinion, you mean.
It's just that on previous holidays, I have occasionally composed tighter and then regretted that I didn't get just a little bit of a wider angle or a little bit more foreground or a little bit more... height or whatever it was. And so it was a conscious decision let's not...
To shoot badly.
If you like.
Because your reasoning is completely uselessly bad because just because you stuffed up a different way last time doesn't mean you have to stuff up a different way this time. Do it right both times. You don't have these problems. Think the photo through. Gee, that foreground's interesting. I might include it in the photo. I don't know. Or, I don't know, step back and do a shot, then take a step forward and do a shot. How many photos did you take of him?
Of him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
10?
6 to 10, yeah, maybe.
Okay. So, once you had the lighting right, all you're doing is repeating the shot over and over again.
Yeah.
So you could have done too tight, to a bit further back, to a bit further back again, and you've got all those things.
Yeah.
But by shooting wide angle, you shot a whole bunch more sky, and there was nothing going on in the sky.
Right.
Because your angle behind the subject just shows more nothing.
Yeah.
And it didn't show the foreground. It didn't show anything that you said you were going to try and include by doing it. Not to be totally brutal, but that was shite, And, of course, once you crop, you can't crop the width out of the shot. You can go tighter to the subject, but you can't crop the wide background.
Right.
Okay? If you'd shot tighter, you'd have maybe, let's say there was one cloud in the sky. Yeah. Okay? Just one. If you'd shot at 200 mil with almost the same framing, that cloud would have been huge in the background and would have been quite a dramatic thing. You shoot that at 35 and that cloud's a dot in the background, you can't see anything. Yeah. So even if you've got almost nothing going on in the sky, a bigger lens will make it better.
Yeah, but this was a case of I had to make the decision before I shot as to which lens I was going to use, and I chose to go with the 15mm wide angle.
Yeah, wrong. See, what you're saying is your decision process. Didn't think through the scene.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but and this is the case. We do it. We had these preconceived notions. Oh, last time I've done all this and I didn't get what I want. You're thinking about not what's in front of you right there. Hey, there's nothing going on in this shot other than the subject. The ground wasn't interesting. The tree in the background wasn't interesting. The sky wasn't interesting.
Oh, there's a bit of colour in the sky.
The subject was. Well, the colour's a bit of tone. It's not there. And it could still be there at 80 mil.
Yeah.
That tone would still be in there. But it's like you're so worried about not stuffing up this shot like you stuffed up previous ones that you're trying to fix past mistakes on the current shot. This is gold, my friend. This is world class advice you've been given here. You're laughing, as I said the other day, you can lead a horticulture, but you can't let her read. So it was a good holiday, though?
It was.
Nice and relaxing?
It was nice to just sit down and relax for a while.
It's not the world's best resort on the world's best water, but, it does everything it needs to do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you go to the proper restaurants rather than the buffet restaurants?
Yeah,
they were good.
Yeah. So we went to the, what was it called? The Bamboo Terrace, the Chinese restaurant. Went there one night, and then the Talay restaurant, I think it was called.
That's right, the fancy one.
Yeah, we did that for the night of our 20th wedding anniversary. So.
Oh, did they sing to you?
No. They did not.
You would have remembered if they did. It's not. Oh, gosh, of all the times people sang to me on the trip, was this one of them? Well, we were there. They said there was us and another family, friends, we all went there, and all the adults went there for our last night. And the entire crew, so the chefs, all the waiters, the door people, all came up and sang a goodbye song to us because they knew it was our last night.
Nice.
Maybe you should have told them it was your wedding anniversary.
We did. And the night we were there for our meal, the service was appalling. Every other table got served bread rolls. We didn't.
Oh, my first!
They asked us if we wanted drinks.
My first marriage broke up because of bread rolls.
We said we ordered wine, and I had to ask 3 more times before it got delivered. It was like they were going out of their way to avoid us.
God. Well, they want to give you some privacy. Yeah, it's your anniversary.
It was
don't want to
funny.
keep bothering you.
As I said, Kath was getting quite annoyed by the whole thing on the night, and I said to her, "Look, 10 years from now, we'll be laughing about this. About how
you're laughing about it now. It took 3 weeks.
Yes, about how we got such crap service on our 20th wedding anniversary.
Don't go to a place where island time's an excuse for poor everything.
Exactly. So
no worry, no hurry.
That's it.
No hurry, no worry. Yeah. No service, no purpose. Don't whine, no wine.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
God, that's funny.
So how's the last month been for you?
Nothing.
Okay.
Done nothing, saw nothing.
Went nowhere.
Nothing. Been nowhere, done nothing. We've been having our backyard renovated, so that's been
cool.
moderately interesting. And they've gutted the entire thing, and it's been quite noisy here the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
And they're finishing today. Well, there's one part that's 6 weeks away, so everything's finished. It'll be finished today except for that one part.
Right. Because you were getting a new deck put on as well or something?
Yeah, so a huge deck, but part of the thing that's missing is the end part of the deck. So it kind of goes up at the end, and it's 3 2.1 metre high panels that make a big tree all going up. But they're not, they have to be custom made, and they forgot to order them. So, yeah. It's only been planning since November, I don't see why. It's going to take 5 weeks for them to custom make it. Well, I don't know. You had 5 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all been a bit exciting, having the whole thing renovated. The cats have got a bit crazy because all the stuff going on in the backyard.
Yep.
But yeah, no, nothing exciting, I'm afraid. It's all been pretty Dullsville around here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I was saying to you before we came on air, I'm at home alone for one of the first times in 3 years.
Wow. Because
the Trouble and Strife's up in Sydney for a training course, and kids are at school, and it's just me and the cats.
Wow.
It's bizarre. Yeah, and the workers aren't here yet. They're not coming till 11, so it's quiet. Yeah.
Awesome.
Don't know what to do with myself, frankly. I'm glad we're talking because, I could have got suicidal or something. I don't know. You can't leave people alone these days with their dark thoughts and stuff, Anyway, what I'm pleased to say, though, is that because we've got a lot to get through today and we haven't done much waffling, we're almost at the end of the episode. I haven't talked about anything yet.
Well, why don't you cover what's on your list?
I've got nothing but desperate. Funny enough, I went looking yesterday. I spent more time researching today's episode than I had probably for the last 300.
Right.
Combined. And,
well, that's commendable.
I could find nothing. I got not one thing. Which was, and then just having a quick glance, this just like literally 3 minutes before coming on air, I found a few things I thought were kind of cool.
Nice.
And one was that someone's put together a composite image of all the Hubble space photos in a single photo.
Oh, wow.
So there are over 1 million images all in this one photo.
What?
Which is kind of cool. I mean, it looks crap because it's just dots.
Yeah.
So they could be completely lying to us. I've just put random dots on a black background and pretended it's something. But it's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
But what did interest me in that article though was someone had put down a picture of what they thought was the humankind's greatest ever photo.
Right.
And I thought, oh well, that's interesting. And it's a Hubble Space Telescope shot in deep space, just looking through all these tens of thousands of galaxies all in one shot.
Wow.
And I'd have to, as far as a photo of humans, mankind's maybe achievement or its ability to think beyond itself or its ability, its awareness.
Yep.
It's probably the greatest photo ever taken that shows mankind's awareness of its place in the universe, kind of thing.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure. quite an epic looking shot.
Yeah,
and you can't help but just stare at it and go, "Oh my god!"
And when you think about how much empty space there is between galaxies.
That's why they call it space.
Yeah,
because there's lots of it. Yeah.
You realise just how much, lens compression there is in that shot.
Yeah, but the bokeh's crap.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's a pretty amazing looking image. I got to say,
totally.
I could sit and stare at that for a very long time.
Yeah.
And speaking of space, James Webb Telescope is now all fully functional. And what's great news is the imaging results they're getting so far from the test are greater than expected.
Oh wow, that's great.
And they reckon it's on the very edge of what's technically, physically possible in imaging
with today's technology.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's as far, so it's not like it's gone up with 5-year-old technology. It's like the best humankind can currently produce.
That's awesome.
Looking forward to seeing some stuff out of that.
That's quite an achievement from a bureaucratic standpoint. When you think of how many, checks and balances have to be, gone through.
I think they paid out lots of checks.
Yeah,
They wrote lots of checks, I reckon.
But to get, the cutting edge stuff up there, like I said, the red tape that must have been cut through at the last minute to make that happen is commendable in itself.
No, quite remarkable.
Yeah, nice.
And the last thing I'm actually interested in even remotely talking about is probably one of the most remarkable images I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And is
this extreme depth or extreme wow?
No, extreme wow. Perseverance rover captures a solar eclipse from the Martian surface.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah. And it's Phobos, the Martian moon, eclipsing the sun on Mars.
Wow. That's awesome.
Is that not the most remarkable black dot on a yellow dot photo you've ever seen in your entire life?
That is epic.
But when you think about what it is, it's just like,
wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It is. And it's bizarre because it shows you just the shape of Phobos. I mean, it's so completely different to what our own moon. We're so used to seeing a moon being round. There's this, as they call it, a potato.
Yeah.
And it could be that.
It's actually a Death Star under construction.
It could be a potato in front of a torch. Yeah. And the conspiracy theorists would go with that, I reckon. But that is, to me, just, once again, another amazing human achievement. Yeah. In the comments, someone's put, "Cool picture, NASA. What kind of camera do you have?"
Nice.
But very, very cool. Anyway.
That's awesome. You're not going to cover your extreme depth?
No, I can't be.
Okay, fair enough.
Got so many things. Hey, Zach, this can't be true. The sun is a sphere. It should be flat like the Earth.
Nice. Interwebs don't ever change.
Yeah, and I love it, but it's more of a transit, really, and you get 2 a day, so,
Love it.
Anyway.
Since 2005, Shutters Inc. has been a labour of love. But beyond the time required to produce it, there is also a financial commitment. If you find value in the podcast and would like to help keep the servers running, hit up the Patreon link, which is in the show notes. Even a couple of dollars a month will help. Much appreciated. Now, back to the podcast.
I did grab a link, but this was like 3 weeks ago now, so it's probably
out of date.
completely out of date. And that was the tech guide. Apple unveils the winning images from its shot on iPhone macro challenge.
God.
I couldn't even be bothered opening the link right now, so I will just put that in the show notes. Anyone that wants to check it out, go and check it out.
If anyone's got that little going on in their lives,
Yep.
Actually, I might have a look at it later.
Okay.
I've got so little going on.
Yeah. Kevin McKibben, who is one of our very small handful of Patreon supporters.
Don't call him very small.
Very small handful of
How
Patreon
do you know
supporters.
how big he is?
There you go.
He could be 6'3".
He could
be
be
bigger than you.
He could be. He sent us a message and he said...
should say Kevin's one of our lovely Patreon
Oh,
subscribers.
he is. He
one
is.
of three.
He's,
I don't know how many
absolutely. Yeah, about that. He said, "Hi, gents. AI development appears to have reached, maybe surpassed, my concept noted above already." I think that was from an earlier message, which I didn't think to copy across. This software creates images from text descriptions.
Oh, yes, I've seen this.
Thoughts?
It's very
Looking
cool.
forward to the next show. I watched, they've got this little 2-minute, 47-second video for this software called Dali, that's right, like the painter. And basically you can provide a text description of what you want, and this AI will generate an image based on that. So they typed in, an astronaut riding a horse.
A unicorn.
Yeah, something like that, and it generated a picture of an astronaut on a horse in full.
Well, I've always said that AI is going to get so smart that rather than going on holidays to take photos, you can just type up what you want. It'll go into it for you. Or produce it for you.
Not quite the same.
Eiffel Tower, sunrise, eclipse, shooting star, Milky Way, and an ice cream, and send it off, and it'll come back with a lovely image of that.
Yep, absolutely. So I highly encourage everyone, go and check out that link that Kevin sent us, because I found that really fascinating. And it certainly does, make you think about where imaging is headed in the future.
Commercial imaging, especially.
Oh, wow.
The need for a photographer is getting less and less.
Yeah. Well, one of the sample things that they had on the webpage was, taking this photograph of an empty room and then telling the AI to put a couch in the corner. And it had like half a dozen variations with different couches, all with the shadows that were appropriate for the shape and the size of the couch. And it's just like, wow, it's crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Richard Annable sent us a message to say he got his Z9 and it exceeds all expectations.
Yeah, but, yeah. Richard.
I was expecting a snide remark from you there.
Well, you can't even spell my name right after like 15 years, so him.
Richard, you've been told. Carl Hemming sent us a message and said, "Hey, I heard the
Hang on a
agency..."
sec, you're skipping past the
What?
The good bit.
What am I skipping?
After many years, Glenn's provided the most serious and best piece of photography advice he's ever heard from me. Yeah?
Oh,
this is someone complimenting me, so even if he's a dick, you should, because he can't spell my name right.
Where did you get that from? Because I haven't got that in my text file.
Oh, maybe it's a previous one. I feel Glenn's pain when it comes to delivery delays, or maybe it's a previous episode. I'm just looking at. But anyway, he's saying good things about me, so we should talk about it again anyway.
Okay, well, you can read that out.
Just tell me that you should go to do a business course rather than a photography course if you want to learn how to.
Right. Yep.
Oh, that's a previous.
I was going to. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we covered that.
Find your that you're sending through this time, man. Oh, you sent it through. I still can't find it. You just talk, and I'll pretend I've read your stuff.
Of course. Okay. Carl Hemming sent us a message. Said, "Hey, I heard
I just read it.
ABC RN radio interview with Robert Rosen. He tells how he was able to get into the venues with his pocket Olympus and take photos of the famous glitterati back in the early 80s. Interesting. I do remember having a look at these links back when Carl sent this, because, again, these are probably 3 weeks old now. And I vaguely recall that it was something to do with a Boston nightclub called the Tea Party. Like the nightclub.
Oh, Boston Tea Party,
the nightclub.
Someone was there taking photos.
Yeah.
At the Boston Tea Party.
Yes.
And we've never seen the shots.
No.
You think from an American history standpoint, that'd be Because, I mean, it was before photography was invented, so that'd be pretty...
Yeah, so this was a nightclub called the Tea Party, and there was all these people who, later became quite famous, rock stars and whatever, but this was before they were the huge, and this guy was in there with his little pocket camera taking photos, so it's pretty cool. And he was apparently the MC of the club, and this club only ran for like 3 years, from 67 to 70 or something like that, and so there was Jimi Hendrix and people like that, and
why were they all hanging out in Boston?
I don't know. I guess it was just one of those clubs that was just
cultural.
Always... Well,
more cultural backwater than cultural sort of...
Yeah. But I guess every city has that club that is, the place that musicians go because they know they can play their original tunes, and, and people go to check it out and blah, blah, blah. So anyway. And then there was a whole bunch of links from Paul Sutton. First one, fully disassembling a Panasonic lens, including parts they don't know what they're for. Lens Rentals is the only photo podcast I listen to when you're not making yours. Well, that's good to hear.
He's a good guy. It's a good guy, Lens Rental stuff. They do some good stuff.
Yeah, so this is a disassembling the Lumix S Pro R70-200 f4 OIS lens. So we'll put
OIS?
Yes. So I'll put that in the show notes. Next one, way back when I was young, well, even younger than that, well, I did have shorts, there were lenses made differently to now. Interesting discussion on leading to where we are now, and this is a brief history of early lenses, part 1, again from Lens Rentals.
That's my mate Roger Sakala's business.
Yeah, right. Where's he based?
America.
I know that.
No, I can't remember. San Francisco.
Right, okay.
San Diego, San something, San Churro Donuts, I don't know.
Okay. Next one, Paul said, please get me 2, as I think this is an absolute bargain. I will commission a housing to put one into as well. This is rare 0 series Leica camera owned by Oscar Barnack. What are you doing, Mr. Lavender?
I'm eclipsing my camera.
Right. Right. He's swaying back and forth like he's trying to hypnotise me.
So this is the problem with doing visual podcast, video when we talk to each other now. I get distracted easily. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, that's like jellyfish. Look at that.
It is. Next one is www.erase.bg. This is really cool. Erase the existing background so you can put yours in there. Especially helpful for removing clouds when really you want to put the person holding the fire torch into a city background. I think this might have been what Kat used on my photo?
Possibly. I didn't. That's pretty funny, though.
It is.
Funny woman, my wife.
Well, yes.
Have to be.
She is great. And the final one from DP Review, this was photographer...
That's a deep preview, sorry.
That one too. Photographer builds world first 4x5 camera AF hybrid finder universal lens mount. And Paul said, everything you could want, a 4x5 autofocus adapter. Now I can take this underwater as well. I'll go back to manual focus when I get split prism back. Cool. And that is a podcast, finally.
Well, it's might not be a good podcast, but it certainly is a podcast.
That's right.
Oh, well. I'm going to go and sit in the empty house by myself and, contemplate my navel or something.
Fair enough.
Actually, no, I'm going to go... I'm contemplating buying a window vacuum cleaner.
Right. A special vacuum cleaner for doing your windows.
Yes, a little handheld wet vac.
Okay.
So what you do is you spray your windows with a spray and squeegee.
Yep.
And then suction up all the foam and stuff.
Nice.
And it gives you streak-free, and it, like a fraction of the time it takes to do windows.
Nice.
So, it's a sign of ridiculously over-the-top house that's got too many gadgets and you can never have enough.
Of course.
You need a vacuum cleaner just for cleaning windows.
Yeah, nice.
What a spoiled world we live in. But, once you've thought about it, you can't not have it.
That's it. That's it.
It's the way the consumerism works.
Oh, I had another thing to mention.
Did you?
And I'm going to mention it just in case technology foils us from recording in the next 3 weeks. I'm heading to Western Australia to bury my dad. Yeah.
Yay.
And so that is going to happen on the weekend, which is the It's the long weekend for New South Wales, but for Western Australia, they have the long weekend the week prior. So it'll be the weekend of the 11th, 12th, 13th of June.
Yeah.
So I'm flying over on Friday the 10th, landing in Perth, and my cousin, who is currently looking after my dad's ashes, because he was the person closest to the crematorium, so he went and picked up the ashes for me. He's actually going to drive me out to the little town that I grew up in and stay for the funeral.
Bruce, right?
Bruce Rock.
The town you're named after.
That's it. So he's going to hang for the funeral on Sunday. And then on the Monday, he's going to head back to Perth. And I've inherited my dad's car, which I've decided I'm going to keep. And I'm driving back to New South Wales. So I'm doing this massive road trip all by myself, and I will be leaving Bruce Rock on the Monday, and I've already mapped out how much distance I want to cover each day, because Kath's a bit nervous about me doing long days on the road.
Well, you are old.
By myself, that's right. Thank you, mate. So, to keep her happy, I've said, okay, I'll keep them to short days. So I'm going to do Bruce Rock to Baladonia on the Monday, and then Baladonia to Eucla on the second day.
Eucla, yeah.
Now, Eucla, as you know, has one of my bucket list items, which I have now shot, but happy to shoot it again, and that's the old Telegraph.
Your shots last time were pretty crap. So.
Your opinion. The old Telegraph Station ruins and the old jetty.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
That Tuesday is a full moon.
Ooh.
And the moonrise is at 4:50 in the afternoon. And of course, being winter, that means that, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to have low angle sun, almost golden hour shining onto the ruins of the old Telegraph Station, with the moon rising behind it. So I am really excited about the potential for that. So
that's very exciting. It's a cool spot.
It is. It's gorgeous. Yeah. I wish I could take a tent with me and just do some camping on the way back. But
why don't you?
Well, it's more crap to have to cart over there on the plane, and B, you've then got the fact that winter nights on the Nullarbor are extremely cold.
Yeah, it's like a Melbourne summer.
Yeah, that's probably about it. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to take about 6 or 7 days to drive back and just take my time. And the great thing about travelling by myself is I will feel free to just pull over and take photos whenever.
Exactly. And when you get through into you're going through the Clare Valley area.
Whereabouts is the Clare Valley? Because I was thinking from Port Augusta. No, which one's at the top of the bike? From there across to Peterborough, because I'm going back through Broken Hill. I'm not sure if I go down through the Clare Valley or not.
No, you won't do. No.
Right.
So if you're going to Broken Hill, then you need to go out to the
Silverton,
Mungo.
Oh, Mungo's down south from Broken Hill.
They're not that far.
Yeah, but Kath and I and another couple are planning a road trip for later this year, and we're talking about doing Mungo then.
Nice.
So I'm really looking forwd to this road trip.
Don't blame you. That sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Come on, Pussycat. Quick.
Oh, look at that. Pretty cat.
There's that little pretty cat. This is one that doesn't have all over its fur.
Good to know.
No. Last night, just the most god-awful smell. Oh my God, cat, what have you done? And I go out, head towards the litter tray to try and take care of it, and there's this all along the floor. It's got some caught in its fur, and it's doing the old bum drag. Must have been like a 15-metre long line. No, 15-foot long line. So that was my joy of having to clean up all that because Kat wasn't here to do it, which is incredibly inconsiderate of her. I was tempted to leave it till she got back to make her do it, but it'd be like cement by then, so we'll have to rip up the floorboards. Anyway, well, keep us informed of your trip as things planned come together. And there's that amazing meteorite crater off to the left on the Nullarbor on the way back. Before Eucla. I'll look it up and send you some information.
Oh, please do. I'm not familiar with that one.
You have to photograph is it the plastic bag tree? I think it is. No, the shoe tree. There's a shoe tree with millions of shoes stuck in it.
Wow.
Bottles. See, the bottles, bags, or shoes that's worthwhile stopping.
Where's
on
that?
The way towards you. It's on the way towards Eucla as well, sort of coming back from Perth. It's on the right-hand side.
Okay.
Yeah. So, lots of cool stuff. As you say, you got the freedom to stop.
Yeah.
That's why it's great to have a sleeping bag, though. You know, you can a sleeping bag in a tent if you're running behind time. You don't want to be driving at night.
No. Oh no way.
No.
Not out there.
Far too dangerous.
Too many kangaroos and camels.
But and then you've got there was that guy from Wolf Creek. Yeah,
exactly.
Be careful. All right, mate. Well, I'll go and send this audio to you, and we'll say goodbye to everybody. We thank you all for patience. And,
sorry about the last month.
Yeah, well, sorry we were back. If you were enjoying the time off.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, you take it easy, and we will hopefully talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Bye, all.
Bye.
You've been listening to Shutters Inc. For questions, comments, and feedback, email theboys@shuttersincpodcast.com.